Hello again, everybody. It is the...
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is the newest member of the Lion backfield, LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these players make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Stafford to the former Seahawk Wilson for Lions first.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
The numbers for Tate in last week's game, comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Roberts has it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Now Blount. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just too off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And will be intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. With a short return to the 6-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Garoppolo looks to throw, and he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon, and they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Big hold of the 30. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
To the right side, caught by Salah. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and I think those numbers are going to increase.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Complete to the right. This is Garçon. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Pierre Garçon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to more NFL action. action on EA Sports after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, the coach is back. He made it through the first weekend. That's the good news, and he's going to regale you with stats and scores from around the NFL here in the early games in Week 2.
You think he questioned coming back for Week 2 having to work with us?
I think he did. He's just happy that he was far away in Orlando. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. And
the Niners get there and bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass in his first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Abdullah, the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their...
And got his man complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. Pierre Garçon. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Gold now out to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Shocker. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, here's Stafford. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He was trying to get it to George Kittle. It's tight end, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. If he got you the football, gave you a great opportunity, you got to cash it against him.
Across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Gold now out to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got to dig down deep. And they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator, assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
It's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
And I see a little baby walking that road by itself, I'm like, what the hell going on? Where the people at? You know.
Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. And he almost intercepted it.
Nowadays, a
they
lot of
haven't
people don't want to get involved.
Yeah, they probably should have been there first. And it's third down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt.
Oh yeah, I know, me too. But some people don't. They don't want to.
Another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Because they said it showed malicious intent, and I think it was better because she had numerous moves. Like stabbing once.
This big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise is his route running in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense is trying to really set up.
Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he takes his way down
it wasn't like he just got mad at the spur of the moment and did it.
40 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game.
Yeah, they're saying it was.
Looking for Garcon, he's got it.
Yeah.
Touchdown 49ers. Pierre Garcon, 32 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Goal now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6.
Yeah, I know. But supposedly, they don't question him numerous times to ask him, and he said he don't know why. He just
to about the 35-yard line.
So that shows either he knows why and he ain't telling, or he's got mental illness.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
But still, like I would say, me and my husband was talking about that. With me, I would fault the parents. Because why the hell does she take care of your child? Your mentally ill child. That wasn't her job. She don't raise you. That's not her child. That's your child.
But hey, listen, if some guys, they've got to be casualties sometimes. We're trying to win a game.
Oh yeah, the mama. But I'm saying the daddy too. They say he's going back and forth to prison. You know what I'm like, child. But don't put your problem up on other. You know what I'm saying?
It's a loss.
He continues to struggle.
That lady took him at the kind of her Tennessee by him because it was her grandchild. You know what I'm saying? They were killed. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have to take care of him.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third.
Because people said it. They said it wasn't her problem to see about it. You know what I'm saying? If they couldn't see about it, give him up or whatever. She took it all to go to the statement, and then he killed
He's up to about the 47-yard line.
You know, it's like, wow.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And then they asked him why he did it, man. He's like, I don't know. You don't know. How do you stab somebody 20 times and you don't know why?
Take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't
You
happen
know,
on
and
that
instead of
play.
trying to say
This
that
is a
shit was a lot
blowout
of
so
anger.
far
Just
as we
keep
get
stabbing.
set for the
You know,
fourth quarter. A
chasing him
very
through the house,
one-sided
They said there was
affair.
blood everywhere, nowhere else. Yeah, they said it was the most gruesome scene they ever seen in the news.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he almost intercepted
Just
it.
chased it through the house and just
They
kept
haven't picked
stabbing.
the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first.
And
And
then
it's
you
third
gonna tell
down
me you don't know
now.
why you did it? It's like,
He's
what?
lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Two black girls, they killed it.
They'll go for it. It's going to
one was 13, it wasn't Florida.
It looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions
Maryland or somewhere up that way.
in terrific
They had to start with an M.
So we were looking at each other up there in the booth when they went for that, saying,
come out because she wouldn't let them
talk
stay
about
out.
trying to add insult to
What the?
injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are just...
One of them was 12 and the other one was 14.
Points on the board. I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. That if someone
they want to do what they want to do, and if you try to stop them, then they go off on you, kind of thing. Yep.
On 2nd and 10, Stanford.
I mean, it's just the reporter asked them, she talking about, don't you feel bad about what you did? They're like, nope.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards as the quick slam keeps the drive moving.
Slam route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. When you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to be 49er football.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner death.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage.
Yeah,
they've got the football.
It's like the world is just going crazy.
An alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the
you know, like Archie, we had you, and it's like they just throw you to the curtain when they get it back.
Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
But they don't realize, you know, just say right in the Bible, you're supposed to
looking in the other direction downfield or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. 3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. Pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning.
I know, they just like that whole that generation and the ones that they got like a totally different mindset.
As we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
You know, they don't care about the parents, they don't care about the siblings, they don't care about nothing.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield.
Yeah, they had 2 black girls on there too. It was in, I think it was Mary. It could start with an M, I can't remember exactly, but they said they killed their girl on because she wouldn't let them hang out at night. They got mad with her. They waited till she went to bed and one held down and the other one flew the through.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
Yep.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to
was
right
telling me
now, still throwing
about
the
when
football.
it was like a while back. They said the grandmama was the mama was sick or something. She was like sick, and you know, like we was with different conditions and stuff. And she told him to go get us some water. And they got us some water out the toilet and gave it to him.
Eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5
Yeah,
all the way to
cheering
the
somebody else. Somebody having a child for what?
You've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam.
Better
Because
off
once
with
he
a
does that, he's going to leave a lot
the
of
puppet
tackles
do
in
more
his
bigger
way.
than the kid, you know.
They'll try one on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Yeah. It's you see more and more.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
They don't want nobody to tell them what to do.
We'll come
That's
back
the
and
whole
wrap
thing.
up garbage time.
They want to do what they want to do.
So it's 49er football here.
But then when they get in trouble, then they call you.
Second and goal now.
That's what they go.
2 more points here onto their total. And this is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for.
Slit her throat.
Short.
Yeah. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover.
This will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Yeah, she was.
Looking like they're running away with a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline.
They said the one like sat on top of her and held her down, and then the other one cut her.
We know that it's difficult, but guess who's smiling?
Two
But
sisters.
inside is thinking
What kind
24-hour
of shit
because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt, the head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time,
They be, and they don't even be that old. They be like that. One of them was 12. 12 and 14. They ain't no big kids. You know, they be like smaller ones. Okay, you know, people say, well, whenever they get big, they're going to be crazy. They don't got to be big. Some of the younger ones act crazy.
So out now come the Lions. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
Yeah.
for a lot of
Nowadays,
don't forget today.
they get mad with you, you get a child.
Take a great look at that.
I told you, my granddaughter did it one time, because, you know, I told you she got bipolar disorder. And she got mad when she had got in trouble at school. And her grandma went to pick her up and told her to go on the room until she calmed down or whatever. And she said she had fell asleep in the chair. And she said she felt like somebody was looking at her. She woke up, told her my granddaughter was standing over here in the kitchen. Told her how to stick this in.
Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just
She
really haven't gotten much.
was only 9 at the time, so it ain't got nothing to do with no big kid. Yeah.
What's going on? They just play.
Yeah, you can't. See, my husband said, how you was gonna sit back there when you can't sit back there like that? I said, no, I already raised one bipolar child. I can't do it twice. I went through hell with her daddy. I'm he's still, he's 30 years old. We still ain't that right. So what the hell? I gotta go through that. You think I'm gonna go through that again? Oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Then the little boy, he got the one year where they said he started to show signs of he had to start acting on it. He got it too, I think.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards. And
yeah, because she said he get mad, like when you can't get it when you fall back to the loose. Round 2. Yeah.
Just erase that goose egg. Nobody wants to be.
And it's all, you know, people say, well, I don't understand. Because they got different moments. It ain't the moment. It's him. My son has a gene. He's bipolar.
Throwing again at Stafford.
But see now the granddaughter, the girl she had her from, she had bipolar too, so I think she just got a different way. You know, what she didn't get from one, she got from the other. But now, Lisa, they in a rub with her, but my son bipolar, and they said the little boy, he started to show signs. I said, he don't let you up. Just wait till you get about 5 or 6. You finna see it. You gonna catch it. You gonna catch it. Because that little boy, when he was little boy, I call him that boy. He just trying to get free. He couldn't stay in school one whole day without doing something crazy. It was always coming. Like, can you just go to school one day and not?
Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is that in the game, the defensive unit
it always sucks. Like,
and probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes.
And then like white people, he got both of his mom was white, and then his grandma was white. So when he was going to school, when he was little, he came up to school one day. He was in, I think, like 1st grade, maybe kindergarten. It might have been kindergarten. He came home and told my mom. She was sitting there, you know, to see how their first day was. He told my grandma, they got some dumb white people at my school. My mom looked at me like, does he not realize I'm white? I said, I guess not. I said, you already know how he is. You never knew what was going to come out of his mouth, ever. His child. He was one of them kind of children, and his daughter the same way. And this little boy, I think, going to be like that too. Ugh. Yeah. And see, and that's what the people need to put more focus into. These people got mental illness. Stop them from having children. Because you're just going to have generation with mental illness. It's not going to go away. It's is not going to go away. Yeah. Yeah, because they just keep having generations and generations of, you know. Now look, okay, I'm just using my son as an example. His dad had issues. He got issues. Both of his children got issues. Now when they grow up and have kids, their kids go have. That's 4 generations of craziness. You have to be able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
All right, Coach. From
but now doctors claim in the same hereditary, but I don't even know. How do you get 3 generations with mental illness if it's not hereditary?
Good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers
and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, it is.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
What the hell they talking about? They don't got
an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
It's a gene. It's a messed up gene somewhere in the I don't know what it is, but it's something ain't right.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Yep.
Mahomes now on first down.
Defective gene.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And even with, like, you know, like Dale's, where, you know, great grandchildren, because, you know, all them boys got issues, and, you know, them little boys don't have issues too when they get older.
This week in practice, there's a lot of
ain't got it yet, but just wait.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did
there.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
Yeah, I didn't kill you with that. Mental illness isn't hereditary.
He may try to run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4.
Somewhere
okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Yeah.
Very good return that time. 18 yards.
How else would you get
first and
3
10.
generations of people with mental illness if it's not a real?
First and 10 at their own 46.
Yeah.
Garoppolo on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Yeah.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Some coaches be like that. I go there sometimes.
And he goes down, but
you see some of the
getting
crazy
it
people
inside
in
the
there,
25.
like, what the hell?
A good pickup there,
Talking
26 yards.
Cusses women, but they're missing in the corner.
Defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
Perfectly executed crossing route. And they've got it inside the 10.
Them schizophrenics are dangerous. And you never know when they're going to
These are his
explode.
numbers from last week's contest.
No.
7 catches,
119
yards.
Choke the life out of
To say that
you.
he's off to a hot start
They
here
hear
in this
voices
first
in their
month.
ears.
Those are the kind of performances you expect to see going
Yeah,
forward.
that shit dangerous.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1
Yeah.
yard line.
A crazy person have a lot of
7,
strength.
will leave them
Yeah,
with
it
6
take a lot.
coming up.
A couple movies,
That's what they
me and
wanted
him,
out of that
we
first down play.
they
Run
had a
it
guy
down there,
that
now
was
they're
like
knocking
killing
on the
people.
door.
He was
The only thing
crazy.
that would have been
And
better
he
was
took, they
getting
shot
it
him
in,
like,
and
I
now
don't know
they
how
can
many
do
times,
it
he still didn't fall there. I'm like, ooh.
And across the goal
See,
line.
crazy people, they take a lot to get rid of them. They don't, nothing phases them.
Jarek McCammon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Like that story, I'm sure you've seen that over the years. Michael Myers.
Now a 7-0 game.
From the time he was a little boy, he had killed his mom, stabbed her once he was in the bed to it.
Goal
Like
now
5,
out
6
to
years
kick it
old.
away.
Yeah, it's a gene. Because how the hell
And
a
this will
kid
be
just wake
a
up one day and say, well, I'm
touchback
going to
as
kill
that sails
that.
over
They
the
don't.
end line.
They got something wrong with it.
And now here comes Kansas City. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
See, I believe if all these stupid laws they pass, if they got a law where they get, like all these people that have mental illness,
and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They run away with all of it.
Ready. Blue 45.
It's ridiculous.
Here's West. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs. I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yards, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? It's the last thing you want to see is your punter because he's out there all the time.
For 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Garoppolo to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
She tell me to do something, be like, Grandma, you stop bothering me.
Got his target, Pierre Garçon.
Like, what?
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week in NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2 into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he's starting to do it again this week. Energy.
But we like,
And this is caught. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Second quarter now, Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Garoppolo throwing over the middle. Trent Taylor, the one he was looking for, and now it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to
history on you. You got to go down and mistakes on my technology. They go get me because I actually or either that, they say they better hope their mama live a long time because their mama his ex drink a lot. You know what I mean? He said they better hope she lives a long time, but she keeps them up. She'll keep them from.
Always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
Because you get in trouble behind each other, a lie with it. Some men have gone to prison for 15, 20 years because a little bit say, oh, he touched me, but he might not even did it. But they automatically believe the kid because, that's how they're along with it.
Gold now out to kick it away.
He said, you get in
On
trouble
the return, here's Kerwin Williams.
They already know.
Just driving pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Keep going, Jimmy. You have when you keep.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is.
They don't think about, about what it's going to be like, after they're born. They just, it's the sex part, but then when they have a baby, they're like, I can't go after her. Then they get my enemy to the kid. But we should talk about that.
Just gave up another one right there.
In tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Like Casey Anthony, that little girl, she killed that little girl because she couldn't go out and party. That's what happened.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team,
girl,
defensive tackles, because we have
that little girl when you look like it, she was real smart.
And when he can make the play himself,
that's
a big day.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
A couple people say, like black people, they say, I don't see why the white people kill it, because they'll grow up, they'll take care of it. It'll be hard to, we don't want to kill all of us, because they ain't going to do shit like that.
Let's keep this going. 2 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than
You
that.
just had to be happy, because they ain't going to do a bad thing.
Right
Yeah,
now,
you got this, right?
They're locked in really well.
And they work this well up.
You're asking for something about this trap.
Really good pickup of 28 yards.
Because my husband take care of me. I really don't
zone
need it. But I was asking this for him.
It's always interesting to
They got all kinds of
watch
species.
Yeah, and safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone.
That's why I don't know that.
You're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lift their chops in order to get the big hit or a play.
It's like, you know,
Offensively,
like
nice
as long as they
execution
keep
to find
it,
the
keep
hole,
them
make the
chill.
catch.
You're down 2 touchdowns.
They already know that.
Defensively, you
I want to
absolutely
get in
have
with
to come
trouble.
up
My
with a
hell,
big
I ain't
play.
keeping no other
Looked over at the sideline
Then,
immediately after
you know,
the
they
drop
talk
and
back
just
and they
saw
don't
the
want you to get
dejection.
to
They
it.
felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
I ain't doing it.
Coaches,
There ain't no team gonna tell me what they gonna do.
worry about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily.
You didn't do it, and I ain't let no else do it.
It was batted down.
And he gets this inside
But
the
see, the law,
35-yard
like
line.
when you was baby and we was
First
baby,
connection there
we
on the
had all that
afternoon.
child
It's two, and it's good
like
for
they
a
got
first
that. Now you
down.
can't spank them, but
And there they went
so
crossing
that's why
route
they act
against
like
the
that.
zone defense.
And that's why
What do you
the
think of
majority of
that?
them are
It
locked
takes
up
real
already
coordination
because
between the passer
can't
and the
touch.
receiver because you
It's
can
abuse.
read those zones and
But they can kill, they can stab and kill
be
you.
on the same
So
page with the guy
what kind
throwing
of
the
shit is
football.
that?
Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the
Law
zone,
is just
sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to
I
just
mean,
go
I
find
would,
a
you
spot
don't beat your
and what
child
we
till
call
they,
sit
you know,
down
till they have,
and present
you
himself to
know,
the quarterback and throw it
bumps
there.
and knocks
It's
all
a
over them,
tough
but
read.
sometimes you need to pop them in the time. Make them understand, you know. I'm on this dress like that. Shit. And we ain't dead. We still alive. So what the hell?
Last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as
My
many
grandmama,
weeks.
she used to
We
pitch.
were in practice.
Ooh, I used to hate
We watched
that.
him work. And what did
I
his
told my mom, I ain't going to grandma's house, but she
Being
can
a
picture people.
two-hand monster.
And my mom said, if she picture you, you doing something wrong. What you did?
monster, both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball
She
doesn't
always
get
picture people. I'm
2
telling you.
minutes to go
Ooh,
here in
yeah.
the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
But we grew up to
We'll
be better
remind you that
people.
coming
These
up
kids
at
now,
halftime,
they
we'll
was like,
join
you know, I
Jonathan
don't know
Coachman
what
of the
to
gang in
say.
Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games
They be
going
4
on
or
here
5 years old
around
talking
the
crap to the
NFL.
kids already. It's like,
Now
ooh,
Mahomes throwing on second down.
child, we wouldn't get up,
This
we
is
would have no teeth.
incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter.
There's a lot of stuff they need to fix, you know, as far as balls and stuff. They got
Incomplete as
stuff
well.
backwards.
And the trick
You know
play
what I'm saying?
doesn't work. Good reaction there
They show
defensively,
you something.
and it'll be
They give you
fourth
something all
down.
these itchy ears.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
It's so
Feeling
many
just
of these.
inside the
It's
20.
insane.
Slips past him. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one.
Some of them
24
be
yards.
scared.
And that will
Like,
come
you
the
got
offense as they
Muslims,
take
you
over.
got Muslims,
Good
see
starting
that
field
there,
position for the
that
49ers as
voice
they have it
change,
first and
yeah.
10. Shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Ooh, Lord. Like it'd be a good, the one that did that one time to the bus, there was a whole
It
lot
gets us to the other side of midfield across
that's
the
a,
45
she said when you
before
said
going
that's
out.
a demon. You
First play of
got
the
voice
drive
out
going
real
for
deep.
14 and also going for a first
Got
down.
it. I said,
That was
I
a nicely
don't know
run
what
slant
it is, but you
route.
better not
What
come
the
over
receiver's
this way.
trying
I
to
know
do is
that.
make the defender think he's going upfield for a
These
deeper
kids
route
break.
and then breaks it off. Usually after about 3 to
There's
4
a lot of them
steps
like that.
and cuts towards
You
the
can't
middle of the
trust
field.
them.
And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep
If
the
you guys
defender
want
away from the
and
football
you turn your
and get
back,
the
you
quarterback
stand
a
with
really
your back.
nice target.
Let's do that. And you,
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Caught left side, Garcon. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get down and now first and goal, expect them to tap right here on this play.
you know, back in the day, we didn't have no damn guns and guys. We fist fight, you know. You get mad as somebody just punch or something, you know. We didn't have all of that.
That's the first time that it's been incomplete.
Now, ain't no fist fight anymore. They will stand there and shoot you or
He
something.
holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And that makes the score 21 to zip.
You know, like you said,
now out to kick it away.
Over some days, you got illnesses, so you can't see what the
Williams to return.
They worry. You know, they aggravate.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line.
When they start out
on
the
the
cry, that's
36.
what I can take it.
And now here comes Kansas City. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up.
This might be over by now.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is
my husband used to do that for my
you're not thinking you're going to get all these points back in one drive.
Boom! Stupid! And you push the door. Hey! I want to knock it off. What's wrong with you?
Ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to be going to force everything either.
See, I ain't got.
On second down, here's Mahomes.
Let me get on here. Got the place for that.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes.
They just, like the young moms, their moms, they just tune out. They don't bother. They
Goes
ignore
for
it.
24
yards. It aggravates.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all
You
comes
want to take
together.
something, knock
When
the
the
style
top
off.
part,
Sit down.
catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
You don't see it a couple times, but like
On the
maybe
camera
some
shot,
of the
love when you see the grass or the
dudes
field
that
turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
And we be
Well,
like,
they brought
we
the
be looking at each
pressure
other
and
like,
that man
somebody
coverage
shut that
behind
kid
him, so
up.
he's still able to complete
Oh
the
my
pass.
God.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do. Because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Green 90. Green 90.
Yeah.
Now it's Mahomes again.
Yep.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Watkins the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Nope.
Green 39. Green 39.
And again, it's Mahomes. A short game was all he needed. He gets across the chalk for 6. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back
It's
to our
like,
preseason tour
they have
of
all
NFL
these
camps. You remember we
then
talked with that one
you
coach
got
who
to
said his
get
emphasis
one
this
out
year
of
was
them.
scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This is
It's like you
right
did
there.
your parents,
Take
they
that
don't
momentum,
keep you
take that good feeling,
safe.
and take the locker room, regroup, and
Oh, my
start
husband was saying I was
They got it
laughing,
here.
but he
They
right
did indeed.
because you know I told you my
Football
oldest
have to be
son
played.
at German food.
Final
He
10
put
seconds of the
sanitizer
half as
on,
they've got it first.
put it on my grandson. I think my husband said when he get over, he's gonna tell me stop putting that shit on
This
me.
offense going to elect to burn a timeout with
He
5
might.
seconds remaining in
Ooh,
quarter number 2.
I said, I'm a little boy got that shit. Cause when he was little, I let him play with dirt. You know, they was boys. So what? You know, if you got some dirt on it, you put them in the job.
Down, they go down to a knee.
I
And
know
with
he
just
did that
4
shit
seconds
on that
left in
jury.
this first half, a
Shit, his
timeout
girlfriend would
call.
get so mad. She said, because she took the other day, another week, she said she went shopping and before they picked him up from work or whatever. And he said, you took him in the grocery store? You know how many germs in the grocery store? She said, are you for real, dude? So, he just like flips out, child. I'm like, what the
First
hell?
man through, it's the fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this one up close to the
What's going to keep going above it?
My final school. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go.
I mean, I can see him be like that if I was like that for you, but that's what they got.
And it's
But I wasn't like that. I, you know, they was boys. I was like, whatever.
Garoppolo
You
going
what
to
you
bring the
want to do,
Niners
right?
up here
I put him in
first
the
and
tub, but I
10
gave him the
at
line.
their
I put him in the
25-yard
tub.
line.
Hey, I'm dirty, baby.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Wide
No.
open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield.
And you know, I had a friend,
35.
a neighbor, you know, and the other boy was the same age as my oldest son when they were growing up together.
It certainly
And she
feels
was
like
like that with him. She
stars
would let
at
him
the
ride
tight
the
end
bike
position
because he
there were
liked
even
all
10
this.
years ago.
She wouldn't let him do this because of my herself. She wouldn't let him do that because of my herself. And then after he's 30 years old and he's gay as he won't be. Because she would never let him be a boy. Now she can't understand why he's gay. You really? You did that to him.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some.
And if he would fall, you know how they fall sometimes, you know, during the crowd. Like my mom, if they wasn't really hurt, I'd be like, get up, you boy, you alright, shake it up, you know. She always would go pick him up and kiss him. You made him like that. You can't do that to no boy. Like my husband said, you can't kiss on no little boys. You got to kick them in the ass. Otherwise, they don't respect you when they get older.
Get some breathing room with that one.
I don't think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams
treat you like
emphasis on starting fast, game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score.
That's what I was trying to do here. That's why they
breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard
hit him up on the top. No, he's old enough. No, he's 10 years old now. You don't talk to me like
Chiefs
that. You talk to me like that,
for
what you
first
say.
reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though,
I said,
to put something on the board, get some momentum here.
It ain't really your responsibility to take that number for them. I'm saying you do it like I do it or whatever.
How they were going to get that done. This is where
it's not your responsibility. Tracy is their problem. You do it for
most of the time in the first half, you're
that's her problem. She gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? She don't got it.
Like 8 to 10.
You know, the kids at the kids they supposed to got energy.
Whatever terminology they use.
You already gonna raise Gabriel and them, and now you're gonna do what they used to.
Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. And not much there at all. Maybe a
you gotta sit down and remember, you got kids. That ain't nothing to play with.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it.
And she got diabetes.
Once guys get out of that
all that stuff
mentality
plays together.
of
It ain't
firing out
nothing
and
to
hitting
play with.
people, hard to get them started
And
again.
being stressed out with bad cheering ain't gonna help you.
And this is caught by
You don't raise 2 sets cheering already. You gonna try to do 3rd set now?
Crossing over out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, you
So
best
first
person
and
to
10
do it. I
back
can't
from
do
the
it.
30.
I can't. Like I told you, I raised one back over the kid, and that back took me out. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Yeah, my sister, every year my stand, we can't stand. Like, she got issues. I said, yeah.
Could bring him down.
My son used to do that. My son used to do that. When he was little, he never tried to do to me like dog, but like other kids, like they was playing outside. The kids would make a bad attack. He'd run in my house and go in the kitchen, look at my knife. I used to have to hide all the knives.
This is well.
One time I was in the bed.
He's going to be
That's when
taken
I first
down
started
here
doing
with a
it.
penalty
About 4
flag
years
on the
old, some of them
field.
had took a football from them. My dad had one. Just ball and ball, right football. You know that they had back in the day when you could throw it. It was
So
tall.
on the big tight
You know, one of them was that took
Each and every year,
and I was in the bed. And my voice was coming, Mom, yeah, you gotta get Thomas. He got the knife. He going up there. I said, oh, I had to jump up on the floor. I got the biggest knife in the floor. One of them big butcher knives, like 5 inches long. Oh, what you doing? He took my ball. I finished this in him. I said, oh, Jesus.
And the tight end is certainly a
So
position
after that, I used to have to put the shit like, that's the first thing he do when he get mad. When they look at the stabs him at me. And then my granddaughter do the same thing. She said it would be.
Sammy Watkins, his
I
first
said,
touchdown of the new season.
One time, he was staying with the grandma for a little while. My mom one time, because I went through a domestic violence thing and I was sick and stuff. She took him for a little while to help me. And he had put one in the backpack. My mom didn't know. He took it to school. Somebody was stab the teacher with it. They had to throw his out. He was only in like 3rd grade. But see what it was, Joyce, I had told them people from the time he was like 2. I said, this boy has some kind of anger issues. He just a, you know, they were doing, he just a 2. You know, I already had one son that was 2 before, and he didn't act like that. I'm telling you, there's something wrong, but it took him to do some stuff like that for them to realize, well, maybe you got something going on. That's not normal. You know? But I tried to tell them, and they wouldn't listen to me. No, he just a boy. I have to let him go. He can do no more of that. Yeah, he used to take the knives and you have to take the backpack. Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production,
In my granddaughter,
They've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse,
I went in
that
to
would
check
help
on
open up this offense and
she
widen
had
this
a
margin too.
here again is McKinnon. And this has been a
Good.
familiar sight all
Another
afternoon
generation.
as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. They got to find a way to move on to something a little more advantageous.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a pretty nice job of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Stopped him in his tracks. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
You know what I'm saying? They're used up to hurting because they
Here's
really
Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
because I guess one time he went to pick it up.
Throw left side complete. That's good. And they'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a simple throw and catch, but completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
I told
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
She hit there. I'm back. There's the difference. She done been through it once too, because her daughter back her granddaughter money. So she done been through it once too.
Passes down from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers had 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now they're leading comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge, or they just don't like them? The other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded at the goal line. Return here, he gets it out to the 25. Got a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they about representing and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Carmelo ain't even old enough for this. Well, he might be now, but before, what he going up like that,
and he'll be brought down right
it was
at the
taking up
30
when he was
here.
real. I'm like, for
Only a
what?
yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the
Yeah.
clock running.
Because when I told you good things, about the second, third time this was in there, they took him up and really see. He was younger, he was about 6. He told me, I talked to my dad, he was winning on the phone. I said, Steve, you know what I'm saying? That you know they were him too. You gotta stop doing that. Somebody he told somebody one time when we had the kids thing, when they had that summer camp, remember we had that summer camp? Every year she had them there one night and he told a couple years back, he told when they first started doing it, he told us, my dad told girls, he had a lot of money. See, they already got wrong idea already.
The football back, unfortunately they couldn't get
No matter what you do, you know, like she might try to move it where they ain't gonna do it, but it's already in.
When a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
they'll do what you want when they little because they have to. They ain't got no choice. Once they get older, they gonna do what the hell they want. It ain't no matter how you raise them, what you do for them, they gonna care about it. When they get older, and you supposed to be that. You was my parents. They think that's the way they think. But they don't realize some people have babies and throw them in the Uber, throw them over the roof, baby. But we didn't do that. You know, we should think about that. I could have did that. You know, You have
to
you
create
supposed
a
to
lot
take
of
him.
congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 rush hour in your hometown of Orlando,
Just like when
Florida.
she
Absolute
all the
mess.
time go, you know, she
He's
go
going
and
to
mess
get
up
this
and
one
do
down to
space
the
stuff and
edge
she
of the
got
red
into
zone.
that. It's like
Good
there's a
pickup
time when you
there,
have to cut
22.
stuff up. You 40, you know,
Still
line
throwing
when
the
I say you
football
50,
here,
40
even
years
with the
old,
big
you like
lead.
five
Yeah, I
and
know
more.
you and I came
Cut
up in
it
a
out.
different
You a
era. We think
grandma.
about sportsmanship and
Right.
all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On the quick handoff, it's
Yeah.
Juszczyk. And he's
And I know sometimes she used to have you some sports and I'd be like, God, I don't know why I
5
chose
yards on the
that.
carry. Good pickup on first down. This
that's
is
not
where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy.
Oh, okay.
Defensively kind of
All right.
sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Yeah, I said that.
Accusatory tones. But you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about. But as a defender, four-quarters worth of trying to bring people down. Four-quarters worth of pounding. And now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you. And a lot of guys are wondering where they will come up
I already
with
showing
that
it. Look,
this stage
Chaz
of the
let
game.
that shot somewhere.
Just
They
outside
run
the
big
10 at the
3 times
11.
instead of doing it.
Give
It
him
won't
4
work.
yards on the
It's
play.
like,
That will lead
it don't matter that you have them in
into
church
the
all the time and everything. They still don't want to do what they're going to do what they want to do.
We'll
Not
come
what you
back to
want
wrap
to do.
this one up after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
That's all how they want
And
to
now
do
here
when they get
comes
older.
Kansas City. They're
Look
down
at
big
that,
here
what you
late.
did and
I don't
didn't
know.
do.
You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said,
Looking for Watkins, and it's
That shit was
intercepted.
6 months ago in a minute.
Picked off on a safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
it's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by
Like
them
you
on
said, you
defense.
be ready to go, and they're still
Play of the
doing the
drive
same
there is
shit.
incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that
That
pass.
one,
They really
he
turned it
didn't
loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion. That made it very difficult.
Now Garoppolo. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receiver, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on fourth and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
One final try from Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the 49ers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Not sound.